What's going on, everybody? This is Grace T. Phoenix. Um, Welcome to all my new subscribers. I appreciate your support and your love. It's been a while since I posted a video because I've just been doing so much other stuff. But yeah, y'all like my new hat, by the way? Yeah, my mama sent me this for Christmas, so I'm rocking it, with the ponytail in the back. Anyway, this video is about narcissistic abuse and the long-term effects and how it can affect your psyche, in the future, even after you've left the relationship, even years after and stuff. It's still a process to move through. And also, when you're struggling with this feeling of abandonment and just sheer, I guess the word is like the relationship being completely fake and you having no idea that the relationship was completely fake. It's like it's a tough pill to swallow. So, and you're just venting and trying to get support from friends, family members, close companions, whatever, and how that could trigger some unnecessary feelings. And I just want to make sure to bring that up to everyone who's going through this abuse syndrome after the effect, after the relationship is over, years, months, whatever. Narcissistic abuse syndrome is actually a real thing. You can Google it. It's narcissistic abuse syndrome. I didn't make that up. So I guess here we go. So when you try to talk to like your closest companions about your trauma, your feelings, your hurt feelings, your pain, your disgust, your everything that you're dealing with, and all the pain and all the trauma and everything that you just can't get over, some of your closest companions may be telling you to let it go or to move on, or just trying to I don't know if it's dismissing the situation. I wouldn't always say that, but I mean, in some cases that's what it could be. But I mean, they're just trying to like, come on, let it go, it's over and stuff like that. But psychological abuse is never really over. Even if you were abused as a child, it's psychological, and it's like that for anybody. I'm not perfect. I've made some mistakes in my life too, that I wish I could take back, or I wish I could, reverse. But, I'm just saying I'm not perfect either. But I'm like, if you've been abused or neglected or treated like nothing, or whatever type of abuse it is, it sticks with you. It lowers your self-esteem. It your confidence levels, if you ever had any confidence, just decrease and stuff like that. So your friends maybe, or your close companions may be trying to tell you to let it go, move on. They may be trying to give you good advice, but they can't really relate because they've never been in a narcissistic abusive relationship. So they can't really give you the advice that you need. I would suggest, talking to another survivor in a YouTube group or Facebook group or, Instagram group or something where you can get that validation, because you're not going to get it from someone who can't relate. They may be trying to give you good advice, or they may be trying to just help you heal and to make, and they may just want the best for you. And they're like, I guess, trying to, tell you to let it go, move on, it's not, it's over, just get on with your life and stuff like that. And, if they really do care about you, it may be a genuine, concern, they're just, trying to help you. They want you to be better. They want you to move on. They want you to, to thrive, and then there's other cases where you may have a closest companion who just may be sick of hearing all your problems. They're like, oh my God, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? And even if they do really genuinely love you, I mean, it's normal. Sometimes, even I get sick of hearing my friends' stories too. Like, oh God, you know what I'm saying? So that don't mean I love them any less or nothing like that. They could just be done and, sick of hearing it all and stuff like that. That doesn't mean that could go either way. It could go either way as far as how genuine they are to you. So that's a 50-50. And then there's this option, this other one where like they don't care about you at all and you never really knew it. Like they never cared about you. You thought they cared and they really didn't. So when you're dealing with narcissistic abuse after the fact, and you're still trying to heal and still trying to find yourself again after all of that crap, you know what I'm saying? Like the gaslighting and the making you feel little and never validating your emotions and stuff like that. That can really take a toll on your psyche, you know what I'm saying? So it's not something you just get over. You know, I'm, what, 2.5 years post breakup, and I still struggle, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not perfect. I've made some great strides to moving forward. I've vented. I'm doing my thing to try to move forward, but I have triggers. I still get emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real. I'm not ashamed to admit it because it's what I went through, and it's something that you all need to understand. There's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's healing levels, you know what I'm saying? And you'll know when you are growing in your healing. You'll know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there'll be you'll feel it, or you'll know it, or you may read some articles or hear some stuff, or see something on Facebook, and you can see your healing, your growth and stuff like that. That doesn't mean you're completely healed or whatever, but you're making some strides, you're making some progress in your healing, and that's a good thing. And I think I have made some strides and stuff as well, but again, I still struggle, you know what I'm saying? So, because he put me through hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, just going back and even looking at some of the pictures, or when I do, or some of the work that I've done on, on this journey in regards to, trying to reach out to other survivors and stuff. Going back and looking at some of that footage, or looking at some of the stuff I've said and stuff, I'm like, dang, I have come a long way and stuff. But I still have, some deep wounds. So, you want to be, I guess, careful who you talk to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can feel someone is genuine in your friendship, relationship, whatever kind of bond you guys have, if you're, cool enough with someone, you trust them, you know what I'm saying? Like, your gut is telling you they're loyal, they're genuine, you know what I'm saying? Just back off a little bit from talking to those people sometimes, because again, you could be getting on their nerves. It's just like, here we go again with this shit, you know what I'm saying? And they can't really relate. They have no idea what you're going through. And even if they do, they may have already healed from their trauma, so they don't really, it doesn't affect them like it used to, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I would suggest, talking to another survivor, you know what I'm saying? Because we can understand, what you're going through. It's a tough journey, you know what I'm saying? Narcissistic abuse can leave you so numb that your empathy levels have dropped dramatically from where they were before to currently. And you may not have the empathy that you used to for other people, for anybody. You may, like, I catch myself watching commercials. I used to cry at certain commercials and stuff, like when they were sentimental, or movies and stuff. And now I look at it and I'm just like, it doesn't build my, I don't get all whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't get all teary-eyed or emotional about certain stuff on TV, or when a friend comes to me with a problem, I'm like, I can't, because I'm so busy focusing on my own trauma that my empathy levels for other people, so, and that can happen for you too. So like, your empathy levels could drop, significantly, or you just may not trust people to believe that they're even telling the truth about their own, whatever they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Friends comes to you and says, hey, I have a problem, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And since you've been lied to so much, you know what I'm saying, from your narcissist ex or whatever, you're just like, is this person telling me the truth? You know what I'm saying? Are they even telling me the truth at all? You finally realize that people lie. You're like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? So, some of us, could never fathom lying, or other people lying, because you're so honest that you're just like, I wouldn't lie. Why would you lie? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just, I guess you never really even realize that people lie. You know what I'm saying? So when you finally swallow that pill, you know what I'm saying, then you realize, like, okay, people lie. Are you telling me the truth about your problem? Are you just, is this a pity play? Are you trying to get sympathy? Some people use pity as a weapon, you know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to your empathy levels and how you handle other people's situations and circumstances, and when they come to you with issues and stuff, and you just like, you can't really show any empathy or any type of compassion, just because you're so wrapped up in your own, bullshit, that you're stuck, and you don't really, and I hope that that goes away. I'm sure that that's a process as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm slowly getting into the point where I could cry at certain commercials or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Again, because at first I was like, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, oh, now, So, I mean, it's a process, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how, I think once you, I hope, for people who have had enough and have, got to the point where they're like, I'm not going to let no one else do this to me again, you know what I'm saying? And they really mean it, and they're not just, and they're not, tempted to fall for another narcissist or sociopath or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Your red flags are up, your antennas are up. You can, smell, bullshit before it even affects you emotionally. So that's where I am, and that's where I would hope for everyone out there to be, where you are, you're that empath, but you're loyal, you're confident, you're, all of these beautiful things, all these positive attributes. You have all of those stuff going for you, but at the same time, you are no fool. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you want to be after this type of abuse. You never want to, fall backwards into being abused again and stuff. I mean, I had a situation even after my ex husband, 2.5 years later, you know what I'm saying? I still ran into a sociopath, and, it was the cutoff was a lot easier, just because my empathy levels have been reduced significantly. So, like, but at the same time, it did, like, stroke or strike, some triggers, or, what I'm saying, kind of, re-traumatize, for a short period of time, whatever. But I mean, it shouldn't be that dramatic for you, because you're still healing from your last shit. So you're like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You do you, and fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You just don't have that. You just don't have that. You don't have the energy to overthink that situation, because you realize, that people lie and that people are full of shit sometimes. So you got to that point. So hopefully, we all get there, you know what I'm saying, as a collective unit, you know what I'm saying, in this community, because it's a tough journey, you know what I'm saying. I want to mention also narcissistic abuse syndrome, and some of the symptoms and stuff that are associated with that, even after the breakup and stuff. During and or after the breakup, there are some signs that you want to, like, watch for. And when if you recognize any of these symptoms, you should probably try to talk to somebody who has the experience, or who has gone through it too, so that way you're not feeling isolated or nobody understands me. Because in this type of abuse, it's so psychological that you feel alone and no one can relate, and you just like, you're at a loss. So, like, when you need help, you would like to get advice from somebody who is aware, and who is a survivor too. So yeah, but narcissistic abuse syndrome, some of the symptoms of this is, again, isolation. You isolate yourself. After I left my ex, I isolated myself for an entire year, and I am a socialite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go everywhere. I do things. I meet people. I take pictures. Even today, when I go out, I'm not really that fond of taking pictures. If we get a picture, cool, but I'm not like, ooh, let's take a picture. Ooh, let's take a picture. Like, I don't have that drive anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, now that I'm finally doing things and re-emerging, you know what I'm saying? Even in my coming out and just being, unisolated, or, coming out of my shell a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really take pictures as much, whatever. So, like, isolation is a big thing. I isolated myself for like an entire year. I didn't do nothing. I may have went to like a couple events or something like that, but I really stayed in my room by myself, did some writing, some reflecting, whatever, some research and some learning about, what I went through and stuff like that. So isolation is definitely one of the symptoms of narcissistic abuse syndrome. You isolate yourself. You can have health issues, all types of health issues, back pain, because, I've suffered with back pain while I was with my ex. It's starting to kind of dissipate, which is awesome. I mean, it's not completely gone, but thank God it's not where it was, because when I was with him, I was always on the fight or flight, defense mode all the time. So I was always so tense, you know what I'm saying? Like, physically, like, I would sleep like this, You know what I'm saying? Because I would just be tense. My body be tense. So when you're tense like that, like all the time, you know, for years or whatever, months, you know, like your muscles eventually start to, you know, stay that way, and then like it hurts and you start getting pains and stuff. So I had back pain, severe back pain, chronic back pain. Now it's like a little bit, I mean, it's a lot better, but it's not completely gone. I still have issues sometimes too. So like, you know, that's another symptom. Mistrust of others. Like you may not trust others as much as you used to before. You're just like, you know, even if you don't show it, you're just like, you know, you don't believe what people say. If people say something like, oh, you know, but I did this, I did that, or I have this, I have that, or whatever, you're just like, okay, yeah, it's 50-50. You never know if they're telling the truth or not. And I say stick to your guns. Keep that, because that's a powerful tool in your toolbox. You want to keep that, not necessarily mistrust, but don't drink the Kool-Aid, as my brother used to tell me all the time when I was with my ex. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you you know, you don't have no proof. If they saying, you know, you got people in your circle or friends or anybody you may meet or whatever, and they tell you they got money or they whatever, you know what I'm saying, or some whatever the case may be, that, you know, they lie, you know what I'm saying, or even they telling the truth, but whatever, you just don't believe them because you're just like, you know, your trust levels have dropped. So I suggest keeping that one, because you never know, you know what I'm saying. You don't want to be disappointed if you believe you had high hopes and you believe somebody, and then, you know, you're disappointed and distraught because you believed in the lie even though you didn't know it was a lie. So just, you know, be aware of that as well. So, you know, just make sure that you're not trusting everybody, or, you know, you don't drink the Kool-Aid all the time. Like, not saying don't believe people, but just kind of, you know, 50-50. Like, they could be telling the truth, they could be lying, whatever. And then that way, if you find out that they were lying about whatever it was that they said or said, you know what I'm saying, then you're not so hurt. Suicidal thoughts, self-harming and self-medicating is another sign of narcissistic abuse syndrome. I attempted suicide a couple times when I was with him. And looking back at the movie clip, I'll tell you more about that later. Looking back at the movie clip that we did a film on narcissistic abuse and stuff. And looking back, I see that clip and I'm like, wow. And it triggers me, so I don't really watch it that often, because it triggers my emotional responses. I'm like, I can't believe this fool had me considering suicide with pills and wine. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, if you get to that point, you want to talk to somebody, you know, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Especially friends, kids, you know, you don't want to leave people in that kind of turmoil when you know, if you do decide to, you know, do something that harmful, you know what I'm saying. You want to, you know, seek help and stuff. Self-sabotage. You may have a big project coming up, or something that you've been waiting for, or whatever, or relationship, you know, that, you know, the right person seems to be the right person, comes along and you sabotage, you know, you just find ways to sabotage things, you know. It's psychological. It's not even on purpose. You're just like, I'm a fuck it up anyway, or I'm gonna lose it anyway. So you, in the back of you, subconsciously, you're like, whatever, you know. So you go to self-sabotaging, you know, to hurry up and, you know, jump ship before, you know, the boat sails off, you know, sails away, whatever. So another one is feeling alone. That also ties into isolation. You feel alone. You feel really isolated. You feel alone. You feel like no one can understand you, no one can relate to you, like you're just alone, you know. And that's, unfortunately, that's common and that's normal. You know, I feel alone at times. You know, it's you know, it's a normal thing, I guess. Loss of confidence, restlessness, no sleep, no eating or overeating, you know what I'm saying, are all signs, you know what I'm saying. If you had confidence before, your confidence levels have dropped, you know what I'm saying. Finally, you know, starting to rebuild my confidence up. It's a process, because I had mad confidence before I got with this fool, and then slowly he just started to chip away at that shit, and, you know, I was down to nothing, and I was just like, damn, I had come so far in my confidence levels, and here comes this idiot, little by little, chipping away all my confidence, because he's covert, so he doesn't say you're ugly, or, you know, you're this or you're that and you're not shit. And he doesn't say it like that, but he would, you know, definitely nitpick or give a compliment and then go to condescending after that. Like, I like that hat, but it doesn't look good with the outfit or something like that, whatever. And I'm not saying that that's abuse, but I mean, like, in some cases, like, all of that little stuff, like, combined and it's continuous and it's constant, then it's definitely a sign of, like, he's covertly abusing you or she, whatever, right? So, and reliving the abuse. I mean, reliving it, whether it's consciously, subconsciously, or in dreams, or you may see something that triggers you, on TV or outside. You're driving and you see a family together, you know what I'm saying, and you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying, and it triggers you, or you see something on TV, or you hear a song, or smell of food, or a scent, or something, and triggers you, and that's definitely something that something that can mess with you as well, and help you, unfortunately, to relive those traumatic moments and stuff. So, just again, talk to somebody who can relate, because, like, you're not alone. I mean, I thought I was alone myself, and once I started doing research on narcissistic abuse, I realized there was a whole freaking community. I was like, damn, I was shocked. And looking back at some of my comments and stuff on some of the stuff I've posted and on YouTube and social media and stuff, and I'm like, wow, I wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because they get you to the point where they make you feel like you tripping when you're really just confused. You know what I'm saying? Again, confusion is the first sign of abuse. Like, if you're confused as fuck, you need to get the fuck out of there before you lose your mind. You're gonna be insane. Your sanity is gonna be out the window. So that's a sign for you to bounce. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to sum this up, I guess narcissistic abuse has long-term effects and can really mess with your psyche, can mess with your relationships outside of that abuse, outside of that relationship, whatever relationship it was, husband, wife, sister, brother, mom, whatever, any relationship you have outside of that with, like, your kids or anybody, your friends, it can not ruin, but it can have an effect or an impact on, your relationships, because you're so selfish. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you selfish because you're reliving all of this trauma all over again, and it leads you to being selfish. Not really having empathy for others and stuff. I mean, and I think that may just be a short-term problem. Hopefully that'll fade, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully you haven't ruined your relationships in the process too bad to where you can't go back and mend them. But I'm just saying, like, you get into this selfish mode where you don't, not that you don't trust anybody or anything, which is another thing, but you just feel like, I'm done. I'm so traumatized. I'm so this, I'm so that. I want to be alone, or I want, you just turn into this, you could even turn into a narcissist yourself, or you can, like, have some of those same traits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can start doing some of the same stuff that they used to do to you, to other people and stuff, or to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle. It's something that you have to learn how to cope with it, and you have to get some help. So again, there's communities all over Facebook. Just look it up. You know what I'm saying? It's the internet is surprising. You know what I'm saying? And there's a plenty of options and stuff. If you can't afford a therapist, I wouldn't even freaking suggest a therapist unless they are unless they are educated in narcissistic abuse, which still may not help you because they may not have gone through it. I would suggest talking to someone who has gone through it, because otherwise you're gonna be talking to a wall, and you're gonna be feel even more alone and isolated. So again, I want to thank my subscribers. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys' support. Just got a ton of new subscribers and stuff. I'm climbing, y'all. So, and it's really hard to get subscribers on YouTube. So please make sure to check out my trailer to my film. We did a film called Rise from the Ashes. It's about my abusive relationship with my ex and how I met him through another narcissist and stuff. And the trailer is on YouTube. I'll put a link, so you guys can check out the link, check out the trailer and stuff. But it's a movie about narcissistic abuse, and it's my own story. So and what I lived through, suffered through, and stuff like that. I'll put the link there so y'all can check that out. Another one is my website, graciephoenix.com. I'll put a link there too. That has all type of links to everything else that I'm into. I have a lot of projects going on, a couple things I got going. Y'all can check out, check me out there. You can also see there's a link to the Rise from the Ashes website as well on there too. So, and I have a lot of other links on there to other stuff that I'm working on, whatever. So, search the site. It's very, very detailed, very, it has a lot of stuff on it. So, just about me and what I do, and what I have done in my career and things that I have done in my past and stuff, as far as TV and entertainment and stuff like that. And, I also have a couple other projects that I'll be working on as well. So just check out the website, graciephoenix.com. You can get more information just on me, if you're interested. But again, just take care of yourself. Make sure that you get some sleep, get some food, make sure you take care of yourself a little bit, even if it's a little bit, day by day, like, do some breathing exercises, listen to some meditation music, whatever you like. If you can't sleep, I suggest like putting on rain sounds or whatever, like put it on YouTube. It's like 8 hours long. They have a ton of them to choose from, rain or beach or waves, or, you get cricket sounds or whatever, to help you fall asleep and stuff if you have trouble going to sleep and trouble just focusing in, So, those are some of the things that I use to help me sleep and to help me to heal and stuff. And it really does. And they have this other stuff, the meditation music that gets rid of negative energy and that's supposed to be healing for you and stuff like that. Try to do some of the stuff you like, again, little by little, It doesn't have to be all in one day. Like, who said it? Boyce Watkins, he got a quote from somebody. He said a quote from somebody, and I think I'm probably going to screw it up, but he said something like, he said, eat the elephant one bite at a time, or something like that. Something like that. Don't quote me, because I'm probably screwed it up, but basically, like, little by little, day by day, small portions, it's not an overnight process. You have to, little by little, it's a process. So, take care of yourself. Check me out. Please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you have, suggestions or, questions, whatever. I'm available as well. I have a website where I do help other survivors of narcissistic abuse and stuff. So check out the website, graciephoenix.com. You find everything you need there. I'll put a link to the movie trailer in the description as well, so you can check out the trailer. We got selected for another film festival, y'all. So we doing the damn thing. So yeah. I want to give a big up to Quinn Holiday, Associate Direct. That's my dog. Shit. Woo, woo, woo. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so he was in the film too, by the way. He did a small cameo. We both did a cameo in each other's, films. So, big up to Quinn. He's the homie. I should be seeing him for New Year's here in Denver. So you're going to have a party. If y'all in Denver, come out to the New Year's Eve party. New Year's 2018 now, but whatever. Just trying to give, some tips, some advice, and just, spread some knowledge and stuff. Narcissistic abuse is a long-term healing journey. Some people move on faster than others. Some people weren't affected as much as others. Even if they were in a narcissistic abusive relationship, they may not have been affected as much. They may not have been invested as much, whatever. So they can move on faster. But for those of us who have had to swallow the pill that he never loved me or she never loved me and it was all a game, that's a hard pill to swallow. It's jagged, it's rigid, and it's like right here, and I ain't got it all the way down my damn gut yet. It's like here, choking the shit out of me, because I'm like, this fool faked the whole shit, So, like, real talk, like, he really messed with my head, and he knew what he was doing, They know what they're doing. They're not stupid. They leave their victims, and then they triangulate you and and move on to that person that they was triangulating you with and have a relationship with that person, which fucks with you even more, So it's like, well, not me in this case, because I didn't give a fuck. By then I was done, but in some cases it's like, damn, really? Like, how could, But yeah, so, I'm here. You need me. I'm here. I'm here if you need me. You know, I can also be a source. You know what I'm saying? If you want to chat, whatever, hit me up. I put my information at the bottom. And look forward to seeing y'all later. And, you know, good luck on the healing journey. It's a process. Peace.